Hello everyone, welcome to Corey Co. Today I shall recount to you the tale of the Christmas Plecos. About a year ago, one of my family members was cleaning our 90-gallon tank before we left for a Christmas vacation. While they were vacuuming the gravel, they noticed that a piece of fish waste swam away from the siphon. Upon closer inspection, they found that it was a baby Bristlenose plecostomus. We had a brown male and an albino female Bristlenose pleco pair in our 90-gallon South American cichlid tank. The female had decided to lay eggs in our fake driftwood structure that was hollow on the inside, and the male had sat in the hollow structure, fanning and guarding the eggs. Finding a baby pleco was quite a surprise, and when we looked in the hollow structure, we found it was full of baby plecos. We decided that the best thing to do was to move the structure out of the 90-gallon and into a 5-gallon we had, so that the Oscar couldn't eat the baby plecos. We picked the structure up and moved it into a bucket, then removed that bucket from the tank and moved it to the 5-gallon, where we transferred the structure from the bucket into the tank. Then a flood of baby plecos poured out of the structure. Upon closer inspection, we counted about 50 of them. We had to leave soon, so we just left the tank light on for the duration of the vacation. We hoped that the tank would grow enough algae to sustain the baby plecos, and it did. After the vacation, we moved the structure to the 90-gallon again. A couple of weeks later, we noticed the dad pleco was in the cave again, fanning some more eggs. So we waited a week or two, and then moved the structure to the 5-gallon, and again, more baby Bristlenose plecos came out. I decided I wanted to breed our plecos and sell them to the local fish store. For a while I tried to do daily water changes to speed up the baby plecos' growth, but it proved to be more trouble than it was worth. Every month or so, our plecos would have a new batch of babies, and we would take some of the babies that had grown up more to the fish store. On one of our visits to the fish store, the owner recommended we try breeding some lemon blue-eyed plecostomus, because he had had trouble breeding them, and we'd had moderate success breeding our regular Bristlenose plecos. So we decided to pick up 5 using some of the store credit we had accumulated. We tried to treat the blue-eyed lemon plecos, but the plecos didn't do so well with the treatment, so we lost a couple, which was quite unfortunate. After treatment, we moved the baby plecos that had survived into the 5-gallon, which we were growing the baby Bristlenose plecos in, because the new blue-eyed lemon Bristlenose plecos we had gotten were still quite little, and we needed to grow them up more before we could begin trying to breed them. A little while later, we constructed a new double-decker tank stand and got 2 new 29-gallon tanks. The new tanks needed some fish, so we picked up some more adult lemon blue-eyed plecos at the fish store. We also moved the lemon blue-eyed plecos which we had into that tank. Around this time, we got back from a trip to find that the female albino Bristlenose pleco had disappeared. We concluded that she had been eaten by our Oscar. We decided to move the male Bristlenose pleco out of the 90-gallon tank and into the 29-gallon tank with the blue-eyed lemon plecos, because we didn't want him to be eaten by our Oscar as well. This proved to be a mistake, because the plecos fought each other. They would chase each other out of the tank. The male Bristlenose pleco jumped out of the tank twice. The first time, one of my family members found him on the floor and put him back in the tank. The second time he jumped, we did not notice until we found a dead, dried-out pleco underneath the tank stand. We also lost a blue-eyed lemon pleco due to it jumping out of the tank. After this series of unfortunate events, we had lost our breeding pair of bristlenose plecos and only had our blue-eyed lemon bristlenose plecos to breed. So we decided to move the structure that the bristlenose plecos had bred in into the 29-gallon with the blue-eyed lemon bristlenose plecos in hopes that this would convince them to breed. This worked, and after a little while, we found a batch of baby blue-eyed lemon bristlenose plecos in the tank. Today, they have about one batch of baby bristlenose plecos every month. I feed the entire tank frozen zucchini which I have thawed. I first cut the zucchini into fourths and then freeze it for later. When I need zucchini, I take some out of the freezer and thaw it overnight. Freezing the zucchini allows me to store it without it spoiling, and it softens when it thaws, which makes the zucchini easier for the baby plecos to eat. I grow the baby plecos to about an inch long and then take them to my local fish store. That is the story of the Christmas plecos and my overall pleco breeding experience. I've been breeding plecos for about a year now, and it has been a lot of fun. I would recommend anyone interested in breeding plecos give it a try. They're a fairly easy fish to breed. Thank you for watching. If you want to subscribe, there's a button for that. And I'm out. A little end card note. Blue-eyed lemon, Bristlenose plecostomus, is a really long fish name. It's not even like their scientific name. It's just really long. I know it's often abbreviated to blue-eyed lemons, but blue-eyed lemon, Bristlenose plecostomus, is just a mouthful to say.